everyone, this is Brian, and I just watched the first Star Trek movie, aptly named Star Trek the Movie. My daughter gave me the complete set of original cast movies, all 6 of them, and I look forward to watching the rest, but this one prompted a question. The movie begins with Kirk re-emerging as the captain of the Enterprise, a post which he took from a young, seasoned captain named Decker. Kirk was assigned by Starfleet to pilot the starship on an intercept course with an alien life form gobbling up everything in its path. The opening scene portrays the aggressive Klingons firing photon torpedoes at the menacing cloud and subsequently being annihilated. It then moved to a space station which scanned the enormous anomaly, and it too was annihilated. Obviously, weapons and scanners were not welcomed by this intruder. Once the Enterprise arrived at the humongous alien cloud, Kirk decided to enter without raising shields, no scanning, and by all means not firing any weapons. He chose the more passive response, due to what he had observed in the past, a very logical move on Kirk's part. As the movie progresses, a crew member named Ilia is taken and transformed into a perfect binary machine, tasked with scanning the Enterprise in a carbon-based unit's skin. Decker, who had once had a relationship with Ilia, is assigned to show her around. And some of Ilia's memories perhaps were still there because they were duplicated as well. This tactic worked. Kirk et al. Discovered the alien's name, V'ger, and it was looking for its creator. Everyone on board is puzzled as to why this creator, or to who this creator might be. Soon we find the Enterprise inside the cloud. Spock exits the spaceship to discover what's through a pulsing iris and decides to mind meld with the alien. Of course. After being zapped by all the knowledge of the alien's brain, Spock discovers it is the essence of pure logic. This affects Spock very much, to the point of crying at one point in the movie. It should be noted, at the beginning of the film, Spock is shown completing his last test before becoming completely purged of all emotions. Now, near the end of the movie, Spock decides that V'ger is just a child, looking for its reason for existence, looking for its creator, looking for its God. Kirk begins to treat Ilia, the probe, like a child, and states he knows who the creator is. The probe demands Kirk disclose the information he has, but the old captain is too smart for that. He tells the probe the information can only be given to V'ger personally, and of course the probe accepts. When Kirk and the landing party, which consisted of Mr. Spock, the Doctor, and Decker, when they meet V'ger, they realize it is a probe from Earth, Voyager 6, sent to the cosmos 300 years ago. Obviously, using logic, they figure the Earth probe was captured by a bionic planet, I actually think it was probably the Borg, and collected data to be returned to Earth. They had to figure out Voyager was sending radio waves, and Starfleet searched the archives for the sending code. The code was uploaded, but it didn't work. V'ger needed, as the Ilia probe stated, something more. It needed to touch the creator. So Decker, who had the hots for Ilia, volunteered to touch the probe, or V'ger. At this point, all information from the probe was sent to Earth, and everyone lived happily ever after. Well, until the next movie. So as I was watching the ending, when Kirk and crew meet V'ger and logically attempt to figure out what V'ger needs, and realize V'ger is missing the human component to its logical existence, or human emotion, it occurred to me, what is this human condition called emotion? Is it a logical progression of evolution? If we are a product of pure evolution, without intervention from any outside force, or an unknown force, why didn't our once logical animal brain continue on a logical track? If evolution is stepping forward in development, shouldn't we be on the same level as the Borg? or as logical as Mr. Spock from Star Trek? It makes sense that through rational and reasonable thought, the human species would have grown out of the animal kingdom with as much intuitive reasoning as a dragonfly, or a spider, or a beaver, and understood our place in nature. We would have worked with nature to ensure the continuation of our species. Instead, we evolved into a species of irrationality and illogical concepts. Just think of art, or music, or warfare, and the most illogical of them all, which is brought up on YouTube all the time, the illogical existence of a God. Did evolution produce a mind that inherently was illogical? Did evolution produce our curiosity, our adventuresome disposition, and our desire to be creative, which requires us to think outside the box of reason and logic? Would we have made it to the moon if the human condition only relied on being logical and was void of the capability to dream? I think not. It is my belief if we evolved from the natural world, we would still be living in harmony with the natural world. It would be the logical outcome of being an advanced species of the mammal world. Thinking irrationally or unreasonably would not have entered our consciousness. We do not witness this in the animal kingdom. Why do we witness it in our own existence? Does this not prove we have something unique to the animal world? Does this not prove we have a characteristic apart from the logical reasoning of the rest of the universe? I'm not saying we're a product of a super being in the sky, but we are unique and different from the rest of the planet's inhabitants. What is a logical explanation of why humans are illogical? And that's my question to you. Why would we exist in a logical world, but yet be so illogical, irrational, and just downright unique, different? I don't know. You may answer with comments or a video response. Thanks, and take care. Oh, and I do want to add, I'm not saying that the human being is not a logical and rational being. We are. What I'm saying is, we have more. We have more than just logic and rationality. We have a creative spirit. We have a human spirit. And we have the capability to go where no mammal has gone before.